Yo, we're live. Welcome to Cover. Tonight, the 1995 debut album of German band Atari Teenage Riot. Put that back up there, Bode. I didn't see you do that until I hit the button. Yeah.
It's good.
ATR.
That was $15.
1995 debut album.
Oh, this was a debut album for them?
Yeah.
95.
1995.
March
Good
1st. So it just turned 30 years old. That's crazy. I didn't realize they'd been around that long.
I
think
didn't either.
They think they were doing stuff in like the early 80s, like separately,
Mm-hmm.
or late 80s, like 89 or so.
All right. I got a question to start this off real quick. Bo, how did you get into Atari Teenage Riot?
There's a guy watching YouTube. He did a 50 favorite albums of all time, and it was like 47. And I don't know why I even picked this, why I was even in the discussion to pick, because I never even heard it before the show. I knew
Before our show?
No, before we did the season.
Okay.
I hadn't heard it. So I knew the song Raver Bashers, and that's all I had to go off of. And it slipped through the system and made it into the 4. So I don't know how, but
Some of them do that.
You know what this, when I saw the cover, what it reminds me of?
It reminds me of something too.
They reminds me of the Autobahn from The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
that's what I they played the Nihilist serious.
The Nihilist. Yeah, the Nihilist.
But it's completely serious and straight.
When I first seen that and I first started listening to it, that's what I thought it was, the Autobahn.
That's perfect. I am gonna say I love their name is. I love the name of the band.
Yeah, it's
Atari
probably,
Teenage Riot.
It fits.
It's a great fucking name,
it
dude.
sounds like how the music sounds.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
with that being said, it's not the type of music that I was expecting. When I heard Atari Teenage Riot, I was expecting a pop punk band.
Really?
I
Yeah.
was not expecting what I heard.
You were expecting a what band?
A pop punk band. You know, like that early 2000s pop punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, not breakbeat digital hardcore.
Yeah.
Prodigy style.
This is a lot like Prodigy. Just
You know, I didn't make that correlation.
this is a lot like Prodigy. It's just
Firestarter. Twisted
like-
Firestarter.
like
I love that.
it's just
I
harder.
thought that
It's
album-
just
Yeah.
it's just fucking harder. I don't know if you guys know Meat Beat Manifesto.
Yes.
I know
Dude,
the
they're
name.
just harder and more crazy and more distortion and more. It's like Skrillex. It's like if Skrillex took over those bands and just made it harder.
I did like some of the sound bites and stuff they threw into some of these songs. Like the
Yeah.
one song they did the video game sound, and the first song I believe they did like an anime voicing.
Yeah.
But then when they threw in like other band songs, like little clips of their guitaring, like
Mhm.
I heard the Sex Pistols, I heard what I thought was Pantera, I heard what I thought was Nirvana.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I like that. I like that when bands do that.
I didn't know until I got the album, because this is actually an original 95,
Mhm.
that the Delete Yourself is a live track.
Performance.
Yeah. which it doesn't list anywhere, and it's so seamless from the studio album or studio songs that I don't know. They probably were pretty amazing live if it sounds that consistent and perfect with the studio.
It's always kind of cool when producers are able to do that. It makes make it sound like it's just part of, that's a good producer.
Good performance too.
Yes. It's gotta work. It's gotta work together.
Yep. It was my first time hearing or even hearing of this band or group.
I only had heard the name. I had never heard them. I can remember.
Yeah, this is my first time hearing. I knew of them. I'd heard of them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought it was. I was expecting a pop punk band, so hence why I'd never heard them, because that's not my.
I had no idea what it was going to be. I didn't know it was going to be that hard.
It definitely starts off a lot harder than.
Yeah, it's like
it starts flashy. It definitely starts off super. First 3 tracks is like, pretty obscene, like hard.
It's in your face, bro. It's like,
whoa! Not just in your face; they punch you in the face.
Yeah, it's like
punch your ear holes out. Because I've only listened to this album with headphones on.
Yeah, this is one I don't recommend with headphones.
Yeah,
no,
it's not a headphone one, and
because usually if I'm going through a day and I listen to it like maybe 2 times a day, the second or third listen is usually where the headache starts to go on. It's definitely a speakers album.
It's yeah.
I listened to it at work, and the entire time I'm listening to it, I'm hoping nobody's going to walk into the office and ask me to do something.
Drug test you?
Maybe drug test me.
Yeah, Donnie, we're gonna need you to go ahead and pee in this cup.
Say the alphabet backwards.
Like right now, you need to pee now.
And you gotta leave the door open.
Drop trowel.
Which, if that was gonna happen, that'd be the time for it to happen, because I don't get that very often. Random.
Yeah. So, 1995. The album was, from what I could find, because there isn't a whole lot of information on it, but it was picked up by a major label just because the buzz around it was so big and behind the group, and they signed them just so no one else could. And when they released it, like when it was being printed and getting ready to be sold, they said it was too loud, too extreme for their label.
Yeah.
And it was barely released in like just Germany. So I'm sure those original prints are pretty rare, but from what I could find, everything that they got from it, they bought the rights back of their album and made a label. And the label that they got now is still going, and the major went out of business like not long after. So this is one of the ones under digital hardcore. So yeah. And when they release, I think before they picked it up or something, I don't know, maybe to get in America, the Beastie Boys bought the rights for it, and I guess kind of brought it international. The album is pretty much exactly the same, but it's got a different name and probably like 7 other tracks. So I like to get that too, but yeah, that's pretty much everything.
I was surprised there was a girl in the band, in the group. There's 2?
Yeah, the DJs. She's not listed on the album or on the album cover, but she's in there.
This is a sonic boom.
I tried to click on the link they have for the studio, but I think the link is broken because it brings up some other studio for video games. It's a little odd. Says the record label was founded by one of the band members.
Yeah,
digital hardcore recordings.
Has there been any other major groups out of this label? Their label?
I haven't digged enough into it, but I did find a few. I think every other member went solo and put out albums under the label.
Yeah. It mentions what Boat said about the Beastie Boys. They supported bands such as John Spencer, Blues Explosion, Beck, Rage Against the Machine, and Wu-Tang Clan.
Dude, I can't imagine those groupings. Like the Wu, yeah, maybe. That's like, bro, that's like two extremes.
Yeah.
Right? And Beck as well. I think Beck is even worse. Them and Beck.
What kind of, they'd get stomped out. Then their crowds.
It's I can't see, if you go to a Beck concert and you see Atari Teenage Riot as the opening act, dude, I don't know how that would go over. I can't. That'd be a hard one.
Yeah.
I think their first like big tour for this album was with 9 Inch Nails, Ministry, and someone else. I'm forgetting who it is.
That I could understand. That I could see.
That makes
Industrial.
Yeah. I could totally see that, but not with Beck.
KMFDM or whatever.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay. I thought I recognized that. Riot 95 samples Dinosaur Jr. Sludge Fest.
Oh, I do like Dinosaur Jr. I don't know too much. I know a few of their songs.
There was a couple of things that stood out. Jim mentioned some of the samples, and there was a few things that I like when bands do that, because it my freaking research mind forces me to go, oh, what's this from? What's that from? You know, like when they insert a clip from a movie or whatever.
Yeah, I was having the biggest brain fart on the Sex Pistols soundbite.
Me too.
Like, man, I know that, but where I just could not think of it until today. I was just sitting there, and then it's like, oh, Sex Pistols.
I had to go on a few like dingy websites that showed the samples, and that's how I found that out.
So was I right? Pantera.
I don't know about
Nirvana.
Pantera, but Nirvana and Sex Pistols for sure.
Where did you go to find that out?
I don't even remember. It was like songsample.com or some weird like dingy website. It's probably like barely in use.
Oh, okay. You said dingy. Okay, I thought that was the name of the website. It's no, that's cool. That's cool. I just was asking it. That's all.
Dingy dungeon in a dirty basement.
Sample.com. And it gives like all the tracks, but it's like really difficult to navigate.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that reminds me of something, and
it's got like a kind of a Matrix feel. Slightly.
Yeah.
What was the movie back in the early 90s with the Angelina Jolie and they were hackers?
Yeah.
Hackers. Kind of has a hacker feel.
Oh, definitely.
I get like Max Payne from that.
It just reminds me of another cover. That's all it is.
And if you think about it, the movie Hackers, a song from this album would probably fit good into that.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a lot of like industrial,
Yeah.
digital type music in that movie. My God, I haven't thought of that movie in a long time.
Me neither.
What really blew my mind is how little the band is utilized in media. Like, there's not a single video game where any of their songs are used. I think the Spawn movie is the only thing they have as like a soundtrack, which is weird because I feel like this would be like GTA music or like, I don't know, Max Payne or some kind of racing game, but it's been underutilized.
Speaking of, it says the track Speed was used in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, which I've never seen, so I wouldn't know it.
Yeah, I've never seen that either.
No video game music.
I don't, for some reason, look up Public Enemy. It takes a nation of millions to hold us back album cover. If you could do that, Donnie.
Well, actually,
I have that album too. Yeah,
It gives me that kind of feel.
Okay, yeah.
That's the feel that it gives me. That's
see
the feel.
Kind of.
my fingers.
They had another album.
We don't get an NWA feel.
With all their heads.
Kind of looking down.
Yeah. How cool that you brought up Public Enemy. That was faster than Donnie could look it up, dude. That was pretty impressive.
Use your hands,
dude. But to have that that was pretty impressive.
I have it over here too, but I wouldn't have been able to grab it that quick.
Wow, I'm impressed. Wow. Yeah, that was a quick draw, definitely.
Black Planet? No. I thought they had another one that was like that. Oh, it was Apocalypse. No.
That's the feel that I get from.
I was thinking that was different.
It definitely has a 90s feel to it.
Yeah.
super.
The
90s.
cover.
Oh, for sure.
The whole
The
band.
style.
I never would have guessed they were from Germany either.
I didn't know they were from Germany until like way too long.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, I was pretty stoked to see that they did a cover of The Kids Are United, which is a Sham 69 song. I love Sham 69.
I've never heard of Sham 69.
The Kids Are United is an amazing, amazing track that they put their own little spin on.
I didn't know. I have to find the original. I didn't even know that.
Okay.
I'm almost 99% sure they sample West Ham chants too in that. When they do the United,
Yeah.
I'm almost sure.
That's how the
what it
original is.
Is it?
Did you guys ever watch that show? It's with Al Pacino, and it's a group of like Nazi hunters. It's like
Yeah.
set in 19.
I saw the first season.
Yeah, the first season was dynamite. It was really good. The second one, not so much. That first, they could have used that song "Hunt the Nazis" in that series. They could have done that. Although I think the show was set in the 70s. I don't know if it would have gone over, but they could have made it. They could have made it work somehow, I guess. Favorite songs?
Wonder, yeah, this was definitely tough for me to pick a favorite song.
Jim hit it on the dot earlier in the show when you mentioned the first two songs that you like, and then it kind of like, I like the middle section where it's a little mellower.
It evens out.
Yeah, I like the middle section myself. What is it? Sex, speed.
Yeah.
Starting with speed, sex.
Yeah, sex
then-
is like the slow point, like the real.
That was
No.
my favorite part of the album. Like, it's like the 4 songs right there. Because I think even the other one is called Mini something.
Yeah, MIDI Junkies.
Mini Junkies.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one's a little harder, and then the one after that I liked as well.
See, I don't know which one it is, but the one that has the Sex Pistols sample in it, I really like a lot.
That's a self-titled track or the band name.
Let me see.
Which track is that?
No, is it? No, it's Delete Yourself is.
I like
Yeah.
Delete Yourself.
I don't
Yeah.
remember it being live sounding.
No, that's what I said earlier.
Really?
Yeah, it's seamless.
So yeah, I guess I'll go with Delete Yourself. And
I like
of course,
Delete Yourself. Those I
the
like
Kids Are
track
United.
4, 5, and 6 and 7. Those 4 tracks were my favorite, right in the middle.
I'm just going to point out that when I did my Instagram story post earlier and I was trying to attach an Instagram song to it, the only song that I could find from an Atari Teenage Riot catalog was a Slayer cover.
Yeah.
They do that in this one, don't they?
Isn't
Isn't there one where like Angel of Death? They scream Angel of Death.
No, this was Slayer covering them.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
or it's like a featuring. It's like both bands.
Right.
That's the one that's in the Spawn soundtrack.
That's how deep they are.
Isn't there a song in here where they constantly say Angel of Death?
That's
And I was thinking, man, that's like Slayer, man. That's like are they singing Slayer?
a second track. It's probably Into the Death.
Oh, Into the Dead. Okay, so I guess they weren't saying.
They might have been.
I just thought it was towards the end of the album.
That was the first time I hadn't been able to find something by a band that I was looking for to
Yeah,
attach
it's kind of
to it.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
My highlight,
Even the obscure 70s.
No, go
rock
ahead.
in my opinion, I think the Atari Teenage Riot self-titled track is the best. That's the one with the Nirvana sample, and Riot 1995 is also like perfect.
Have you heard their other albums by chance?
I've heard their next album, 60 Seconds Wipeout, or 60 Seconds to Wipeout. That one's good. The Beastie Boys album, Burn Berlin Burn, it's like more of the same. And I checked out some of their solo stuff too, which I think most people prefer Alec Empire solo albums over these ones. I guess it's like more explosive and in your face. Yeah, the main girl, her solo albums are pretty good. The DJ.
My God.
What is it, Donnie?
Well, I just clicked on Alec Empire, and he's got like, I don't know, there's like 30 albums here.
Yeah, the singer. He's the one that's in the bottom left, bottom right, backwards.
Are they still together?
It's kind of like, I don't know. It's weird. They go on and off, but I think they have different members now. This guy, he passed away.
That was Crank?
Yeah.
That's Crank?
That's a guy. How about that?
Yeah. Let's see, members.
Twisted Fire Starter.
Yeah, Carl Crack. Died in 01.
Please don't tell me he died from crack, cocaine.
He did not.
30 years old, that's young.
Yeah, he was 30 years old.
I think he had like crazy bad schizophrenia.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. He died like September 6th, 2001, right before everything went to shit.
Damn.
I think he had psychosis or something, and
Yeah, that's what it's saying. Yeah.
that they think he committed suicide by ODing because he didn't want to be drug diet, live drugged up, and
Damn,
he had mental issues. It seems like
that's a shame.
They were all Berliners.
Berliners. They were
Yeah,
jolly dope. I mean,
I think every member was from a different part of the world. Like the main girl, I think she's, what's the country? Syrian or something. The DJ thinks she's Japanese, and Carl Crack, I think he's African, like actually like from Africa and moved to Germany.
Syrian German.
Interesting.
it is interesting, isn't it?
It's a weird group.
That
Yeah.
3 different nationalities would come together and act as one, I guess.
It's like, it seems, at least to me, it's listening to this music, they went through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You could hear it in the music, dude. It's
It definitely Outcast vibes.
Yeah,
in the
definitely,
music.
right? Yeah.
Because it even with the success of like Prodigy and stuff like that, this was obviously heavier than your average like techno music or industrial music.
Yeah, this was
And that, I guess, for that time, I don't know, you just outcasted. I don't know.
this is
I don't know,
hard.
the wall was still up during this time.
This is a wall of sound coming at you, and it's like it's a lot. When I first put it on, I was like, wow. It's a lot. Dude, I couldn't imagine having. Did I listen to it? Yeah, but I had it. The second time I had it real low on my headphones. It's like, it's not something you're gonna. Yeah, it's hard, dude. It's too hard for me. Even back then, this was too hard. It's hard.
I found the best way to listen to it, and how I listen to it is through my PlayStation 1 and the speakers coming through a CRT. That gives the most, I think, authentic sound. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I like the album.
Like you're watching that opening scene in Blade in 2000.
Yeah.
I like the album, but it's something that I would have to be in the mood to listen to, and I'm normally not in that kind of mood.
I'm not either.
Ever.
I'm never in that mood anymore.
Ever.
Yeah.
So take that with a grain of salt or whatever. I enjoyed the album the second time. The first time I really didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, me as well.
I don't know. It was just, it wasn't nothing enjoyable about it until I listened to it a second and third time.
Yeah.
But it's just definitely not meant for headphones.
No.
So, and I don't ever see myself in a situation where I'll be like, hey, let's put on that album.
Yeah.
It also doesn't really.
I'm too old to go to raves or parties or anything,
Yeah.
like that, so it's like,
It doesn't really take advantage of headphones either. Like,
No.
it doesn't take advantage of the stereo sound as much as I think it should. So, it really is no difference with speaker.
The thing for me is there's so much coming at you that you can't focus on anything, and it's like you're in a machine and they're just shaking you, and you're getting it from here.
Dryer. You're in a
Yeah.
dryer.
Yeah, and you think you're getting into this rhythm, and all of a sudden another rhythm hits you and another wave, and it's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
It's a lot, except for those 4 middle songs where it kind of slows it down a little bit, and it's like, okay, but it's a lot coming at you. It's a lot coming at you.
Go ahead.
I could see it if I was a gamer in my mid-20s.
Yeah.
Put it on in the background, but
To go with the gameplay, right?
Yeah.
And like maybe playing Twisted Metal and you're freaking Sweet Tooth and you're driving around and you got that in, not blasting. I would. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I like this kind of music, but this is too much of it.
Too much of a good thing.
Yeah, it's too much of a good thing.
Yeah, somebody let the pinch of the hose go on this one.
Yeah.
But like I said, I enjoyed it, but more than likely for me, it's going to be a one and done.
Yeah.
I don't really see myself seeking these guys out and listening anymore, just because it's not my thing.
I think you said it the best. You're not in the mood to listen to this. You're not in that headspace anymore.
We are too old for this.
We are.
We're too old for this. Yeah,
but even being young, but even being young, this is still.
Well, when I was young, this probably would have met the criteria for techno that I would have liked to listen to.
No, not me.
Because everything when I was in high school range, heavier the better. This would have been perfect for me, which was right around the same time, that this album came out.
The thing for me is the
Plus,
song structure. I like the repetitive.
The rise of ecstasy at the time.
Dude, this is not an ecstasy song, bro.
Yeah.
It's not.
Not for you, but for people of.
This is an acid song. This is an acid song, not ecstasy. This is acid.
You'd be surprised.
This is acid. To me, this is dropping. Yeah, not X. Yeah, that.
I never got into techno and digital myself.
Oh, I do. I love it. I fucking love it. But this is. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, it was never my thing either. I never was one to go out to clubs and dance, and I was the outcasted metal guy or punk kid or whatever.
No, I loved it. I did.
Yeah, he was doing belly shots when you were in your bedroom with your.
I loved it.
Yeah, tonight. He was making move him down every day.
I loved it. I think I would have got psychosis listening to this on acid. I think I might have blown a blood vessel and shit.
Aneurysm.
Yeah, an aneurysm. Yeah,
jumped out of a near window.
Yeah, dude. This would have been that would have. Oh.
I think it's crazy. It's not on vinyl at all.
Really?
No, not at all. CD only. I don't think it's even on tape. So it was in that time where tape was like starting to get phased out.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a '90s album right there.
Yeah,
I figured it would at least been on vinyl because DJs would. You would think this would be something a DJ would spend for something.
Sample it, right? They would sample this somewhere.
Or even now, like everything's on vinyl nowadays.
Mm-hmm. You got any sales on this by chance, Donnie?
I didn't see any.
I when I read up on it, I don't remember reading it either.
I like, you know what? Real quick before we get into the sales, go back up. I like the original artwork better.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
that? What was
With the
that?
Uzi?
It's the Uzi.
Oh, okay.
That's like their unofficial logo.
I like that better.
It's clean. You have the 1995 in the corner.
Okay.
Dang, only 2.5 stars rating on All Music.
There ain't nothing on sales.
I don't think it ever even charted or made it anywhere near that.
Discogs says
I think it's cool that it has a Beastie Boys connection. I think that's cool.
Discogs says not a goddamn thing.
Wow. Did they have any radio hits? Asking for a friend?
I don't think they've won a radio hit.
I think the Fast and the Furious was the peak, right?
Yeah.
It's a hard sell, dude.
Yeah, it is.
They had like a few like music videos.
Yeah.
In the album art, it says music TV is killing music. So they were against any kind of publicity, really.
It's like for Atari Teenage Riot fans to say they sold out, what would they have to tone it down to?
I guess they'd have to get on the radio or something. I don't know.
Definitely not even I think that just tone it down to what, Nitzareb or any Apex Twin, toning it down that bad.
I don't think
that would make them sellouts, right?
They're one of those bands that I don't think would even want to be on the radio.
Oh no, definitely not.
Or if they got any kind of publicity, they would stop. They want to stay in the clubs and under the bridges. There's a lot of groups like that where they make their music as inaccessible as possible to obtain.
I can see that.
Just so they can stay in their niche and not.
I could see I think I could see them being that band.
I've seen some recent groups like release on floppy disk.
Really?
Just so people can't listen to it.
Floppy, yeah, floppy disk.
What's the hell the point? Why even make
it a pain?
Why not, or why bother making a physical format at all if you're gonna put it on a floppy disk?
It's probably cheap.
But why?
But what's the point? Yeah, what's the point?
You might as well just play live everywhere. Play the clubs all the
and don't let anybody record you or record the audio but no video or
put on a damn floppy disk. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
They're probably getting more notoriety doing that than not doing it. Just put it on a tape or something.
Well, they'll have more word of mouth, right?
They're hoping maybe one day NASA can
send it to the moon.
No, one day
in a time capsule. Put them in a time capsule.
They can encrypt it and put it on a CD for people in the future, MP3 in the future.
You might as well put that stuff on a Victrola cylinder.
Yeah. Don't give them ideas, Donnie.
Ain't nobody playing that neither.
That's funny, dude. That's crazy. All right.
Well, spin that wheel.
You get 3 for 3.
Wheel.
Come on, Donnie. You're gonna get an album this time.
So since there's 4 of us, I'm gonna shuffle it 4 times.
Fair enough.
To see if we get, more broken up results. Why is it so staggering? Jesus.
Why does it keep picking our albums?
How many albums you guys got? 1? You guys got no albums left, right?
I got an album left.
2.
I got one left.
You guys each got one?
3.
Okay.
Yeah, my best
4.
one's the last.
All right. I'm going to spin it.
Oh my God.
Goodwill.
Hey, Raul!
Man, I wanted to be the last 4, bro. I wanted to be the last 4. If any of the 4 have to be number 1, this will be,
We could do them all again. If you don't want to.
Goodwill Hunting is fine.
I'm excited for this. This is our first compilation album.
Yeah.
Wow. Or soundtrack, I guess you could say.
You guys have all seen the movie, right?
I've seen the movie, yes.
I have not.
That'll be the last time I've heard the soundtrack, too. So,
You've never seen this movie, Boat?
Nope. I've seen Jumanji and Flower. That's my.
Are you gonna try to watch it before the next show?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and watch it.
Okay.
Is it got Leonardo DiCaprio in it or something?
No. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Okay.
Matt Damon.
Great movie.
Very good movie.
Yeah.
I second that.
The soundtrack has the main guy in the soundtrack, Elliott Smith, that's an interesting story in itself. We could talk some conspiracy in the next episode if you guys look into it.
Sounds good.
Excuse me.
Might have to work on my Jesse Ventura. Well, you see, Raul, it's just a conspiracy.
Well, you've never looked it up?
No.
Okay, look, when you guys looking up this album, you're definitely gonna look up Elliott Smith, right?
Okay.
Because I think he has like maybe 4 or 5 songs on the soundtrack.
I don't even know who he is.
You'll find out. If you could look at his, I found out about him at when he because I caught he performed on the Oscars. You know how they always do the song of the year and all that shit, and they have the performers. And I don't know if I had seen the movie at that point. I think I saw the movie after the Oscars, and so I didn't know I didn't know the movie. So his performance just blew me away, and then everything else that happens after that, there's a conspiracy. Not a conspiracy, or you'll know when you read it.
Okay.
Is it like a murder mystery or
You have to
something?
find
Yeah, it's a murder mystery.
Okay. Ron.
Or maybe it's not.
Or maybe he just went down to the Baja.
It's gonna be. I'm interested to see you guys' take on it,
Okay.
and try to, if you can. His performance at the Oscars was pretty freaking
Okay.
bare bones. I think it's acoustic. It's well, I think most of his stuff is acoustic anyway. But enjoy.
I would. Okay.
I did work on my list, by the way.
Oh, look at
But,
you! You want to go over it?
I've only gotten the from 15 to 30. I haven't gotten back to it yet
Okay.
because those top 14 are going to be a struggle for me.
Yeah, Journey's hard to slot in the top 14.
Yeah.
You gotta choose wisely.
Yeah, that's not they. Yeah, they didn't even.
And Oasis, and Heart.
Yeah. Oasis was number 30. I'll tell you that.
We got something. We have something in common.
They shouldn't have even been on a fucking list.
We have something in common.
All Forbes.
Ooh.
The
And I
Atari,
like
teenage, the
I
Atari
like
Teenage Riot fans really showed up tonight, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
I showed up.
That's it.
Cover fans really
They all
showed up.
showed up.
Anyway, so check it out. You might like it, you might not, but all music is worth checking out.
Of course.
Just
Next album,
If
Good Will
you-
Hunting soundtrack. If you've seen the movie, if you haven't, go check the movie out. Fantastic movie.
Mhm.
The soundtrack, from my vague recollection, was good. It complemented the movie. So
Mhm.
check that out in preparation for next episode of Cover to Cover. In the meantime, get out there and listen to some music.
down in the